Hi, welcome to the 2014 AFL site, our 10th year in existence. Wow, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years already. And yes, I did say AFL. There'll be a little bit more on that later. First, I would just like to take this moment to congratulate Quiet Assassins and Jared on a job well done. You beat me fair and square. I had the undefeated season going in. At least I have the Trooper Slam going for me. So again, congratulations. Well, I believe that's your 4th title, so that's pretty impressive. Anyway, going forward, since this is our 10th anniversary, we're going to drop an F. Yes, I said it. We're dropping an F. We are rebranding the league. We're just going to be the American Football League or the AFL. We have owners in all 4 time zones in the country, so we're just going to rebrand it a little bit, and you'll see some more of that in the future. Again, I'm committed. I think we're the best NFL simulation league that there is around. We could do a little bit more by including IDPs. Just think about it. You guys say you don't want to do a lot of work, but the winner won over $1,000 this year, so I don't know, IDPs, you could win $1,000. Anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and open up trading on March 1st. I know that's a little later than I originally had planned, but it's still right in our official timeline. We had some real bad weather down here, and threats of power going out and this and that and the other thing, and I just didn't want to lose any work that I had done with the power going out, so I kind of put some things off for a while. So anyway, take this time between now and March 1st to go through your rosters, make sure you have all the players that you're supposed to have, and make sure all the players that are off of your team. Let me know, just put it on the message board, and I will go ahead and fix that for you. And then after that, March 1st, we'll open up trading until I believe May 8th is the NFL draft. So that's the night that that's our roster cut down day and the beginning of our restricted free agent period. So by May 1st, you have to make sure you're under the cap. You have to make sure you have a legal roster, which means, if you have 20 players and you still need a coach, that's an illegal roster. You have to make sure you have room. Always remember, under the cap, you always have to leave at least $1 for each roster slot that you have. And the night of the NFL draft, we'll go ahead and start our restricted free agent auction. So basically, between now and May, we're just doing nothing but trading and cutting players. Also, you can do your restructures and your tags. Obviously, tags have to be done by the start of the restricted free agent auction. Then after that, I believe our college draft is sometime in June, and then we'll just continue with the auction all the way through till the start of the season. I believe this year we have some good free agents that are going to be out there. Some of them are going to be even untaggable, so I believe some of the changes we've made over the past years are going to start. We're going to start seeing more and more free agents in the off season, so that's always a good thing. All right, I just want to go over a few changes that we have this year. Really, there's not a whole lot of big changes. Actually, last year we started a new thing of those compensatory picks. If you lose free agents to the free agent market, you can receive compensation for those. So I haven't even looked at that yet. So there's always the possibility that you can get some compensatory picks. Other than that, the only major change we have this year is those performance bonuses. They've already been added to the rosters already. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't like it, and typically, if you're a better team and you have to pay more bonuses, you don't like that, and if you're a bad team, you probably do like it. The bottom line is this: there are 3 parts of an NFL player's salary that counts towards the salary cap. That is the signing bonus, which we replicate exactly the way the NFL does. There's the salary, which we pretty much, as far as the cap is concerned, we replicate exactly the way that the NFL does. And the bonuses. Accounting-wise, we replicate it exactly the way the NFL does, but just like the other two categories, we kind of figure it out a different way. If you think about it, in the NFL, performance bonuses are basically random. It depends on how greedy the player is, how greedy his agent is, how greedy his girlfriend is, his wife is, all these other factors. How much of a pushover the GM is or the owner is. All these factors basically randomize performance bonuses. In a sense, we've kind of randomized that. Basically, if they perform well, there's a random distribution of the players that make what we call the Pro Bowl. Again, the way that we figure it out doesn't matter. It's just the fact that there's a random assortment of teams and players who are going to get performance bonuses added to the rosters the next year. Of course, if you cut the player before the end of that, or before, I believe it's restricted free agent day, the NFL draft, May 8th, those bonuses won't be on your team. Other than that, one other, it was a quick change that I was going to make. We were going to extend the holdout limit from if they finish in the top 10 to the top 16, but we're not even going to do that anymore because of a new small little tweak that we're going to make in rookie contracts. So, all this doesn't really take effect until next year, but this happened several years ago, and I just need to explain it to you real quick. Starting with the Andrew Luck class, those players, after their third year, which would be this year, they can renegotiate their contracts, which would be the 2015 season. Now, this is only for the Andrew Luck class and going forward. Anybody who's still on a rookie class before that are under our old CBA, and this doesn't apply to them. So this is really a change that we implemented 2 years ago, but still isn't going to take effect until next year. So again, after their third year, going forward Andrew Luck class and going forward, after their third year, they can renegotiate their contract. Now they'll do it for the same terms, 70% of what they make for a 5-year deal. However, because of that, after the third year, a player in his rookie contract can also hold out after the third year. So you can still do the same old, he holds out, and then you just basically it's what do we call it? A holdout restructure. Holdout restructures do not count as your restructure. They're just the player. It's their leverage for a long-term deal and to make a little more money. Also, after their third years, first-round picks are eligible for their fifth-year extension. So this is also something you have to think about next year. Anybody, again, this is going forward from the Andrew Luck class going forward, so this will start next year for the Andrew Luck class. Those players will be eligible for what's the fifth-year option. Again, this only applies to first-round players. So what that means is basically the start of their fourth year, you as an owner have to make a decision. Do you want to renegotiate their contract? And if you do, that may force them into holding out, or the player may hold out and get more money. Or do you just want to give them the fifth-year option and hope that is enough to meet their demands? Because the fifth-year option, the top 5 players have to be paid basically the transitional tag amount. Again, you're not tagging him, it's just you're paying him that amount, which is the average of the top 10 players per position. Or basically anybody in the first round after this, so the 6th through 16, actually 16Z, if you want to count compensatory picks. They'll basically demand the low tender amount, which is the average of the top 3 through 25. So, all that's a little complicated. It's something to think about for next offseason. Obviously, I'm going to probably do a whole video about that next offseason, and we have a whole year of discussions about that. So just think of that. Your rookies that are in that Andrew Luck draft class, you have some decisions to make this next offseason. 1, do you want to restructure them? 2, they may already be holding out. If they hold out, do you want to restructure them? 3, if you do restructure them, they may not restructure that because that would make them a holdout anyway because you're not paying them enough, in which case they would also be a holdout or a holdout, and you have to still meet their demands of all the 4 options and the holdout demands. And then the other option is you have to decide, well, hey, do I just want to give them the 5th year option? Maybe that's enough to pay them what they want so that they won't hold out. Again, it's a little confusing now. It'll make a little more sense in the future. Lastly, I just want to talk about a couple of new features that myfantasyleague.com has added this year. Basically, they just kind of are 2 new video features. One is it's called the Trash Talk videos. If you go up to the communications menu, I believe there's an option in there. Basically, you can record a Trash Talk video, and every week I can link that on the home page so you can get a video of you talking shit to your opponent that week. Also, in the message boards, you're now allowed to add basically a video URL, or most likely a YouTube URL. So you just push a little button and then you copy whatever URL you want into the in between the brackets on the message board, and you can post videos to the message board. So I think it's 2014, technology's moving forward. I certainly like to take advantage of it. Last year we did a little video conference at I believe it was the draft. I'll probably do it more and more as we go forward. So again, try to use the Trash Talk feature. If you don't like typing, everyone's got a phone. You can easily take a video yourself, put it on the message board, put it on the Trash Talk. Other than that, I look forward to a full and complete 16-0 season this year with the actual title. And I know a lot of you guys are against all my changes, but I really do this to make the league more competitive, more fun. It's supposed to have free agency and player turnover, and it's supposed to be really, really hard to win 4 championships in a row. Also, I have done a scoring analysis, and I think it should stay the same. Again, it's just that number 1 tight end that's a little overpowered. Other than that, everyone's all good. But that's another issue, and I'll post that another day. Anyway, have a great off season, guys. Please stay active on the off season, and cheers. We'll talk to you later.